Got check raises flop. Check calls turn. Postle bets $7,600 into a pot of 3K here. The man overbets the river more than anyone I've seen when he's trying to get his opponent off a shop. My friends of YouTube, we are back. Episode 4, Mike Postle's greatest poker session. It's been going on this week. This is the 4th video of the series where we take a look at Mike Postle playing on Stones Live. If you don't know who Mike Postle is, he's been accused of cheating, having access to the real-time hole cards. So he's able to make angel and godlike plays. You can see this image right here. He's able to make godlike plays. And the man is a fucking machine of godlike maneuvers.
Ace checks.
Check.
Check on an ace. All right. Check.
Check. Check. Check. Check.
4th Street.
Hold on there a
Whoa,
fucking
easy,
second.
easy. What are you doing?
Give me the deck. What's the trouble, Stu?
Relax, man. Don't get so agitated.
Looks like we got a road gang here.
What the hell's going on over here, Stu?
The guy's a god. Check out this hand from this session.
What are you saying? I don't even know what you're saying.
He's saying you're dealing off the bottom of the deck.
Oh, God. Come on, guys.
What did he give him?
To me?
7 of hearts.
You boys professionals, you working?
Hey, no, listen. I was winning before this guy got here, all right?
Okay, let's let the cards do the talking. If the 7 didn't help you, we'll listen to what you have to say. Ozzy, turn the cards.
What? Hey, come on. It's 3 of a kind. You dealt Ozzy 3 sixes like... I'm just saying, it's 3
One
of a kind.
last thing, Stu.
Well, hey, all right, take it easy now. Aren't you supposed to, like, read us our rights? Please.
In this video alone, the first hand's going to start 3 minutes right into this video. And I got to say, guys, you're going to witness Postle play an 8-5 offsuit expertly in a 3-bet pot for max value. You're going to see him blow another ace-king off of a chop in a very incredible hand. You're going to see him fold to a 1/8 value bet on the river with a hand that I think most people out there would call with. And you're going to see Mike play one more sick hand. And if you've been watching the first episodes here, you've seen many sick hands by Mike Postle, where he's either made the right fold, made the right call, made the right raises, made the right bets for value, perfect sizes. The guy is up this session about, so far, I think he's up about, what, $8,000, $7,000 right now, I believe. And the total session, he wins about $22,000. So you know there's going to be some pretty big pots here. Also, for the Crotch Ripper shirts giveaways, the 2 people I've chosen from the first video are going to be DJ Pooh, 2009, and Justin Edwards. You guys, congratulations. You won yourselves a Crotch Ripper shirt. I'm going to be doing the same giveaway down below here in this comment section. We're giving away 2 more shirts as well, and I'll announce those winners tomorrow. You can kind of see Crotch Ripper looking down on the phone there. So I kind of sped through these hands because they're like what we look from the losing hands is kind of what does he do with the losing hands, right? What happens when he's got weak hands and someone else has strong hands? Is he ever making moves when these people have strong hands? No. He's not making moves when they have strong hands. The times that he's making these moves is when they have the weak hands, and he has the weak hands as well. So it's just kind of some things to look for here. Raise the 9 deuce, and you're going to see one guy flops top pair, one guy has got the open straight draw. No raising, nothing, just gives it up in these kind of situations, which makes sense. Very normal thing to do as well. Very, very normal thing to do as well there too. This is one of the last videos on the Postle sessions, guys. And yeah, it's a sad time, right? No, it's not a sad time. I cannot wait I like watching them, but I'd like to get out in my life. We got some other videos coming up next week I'm working on. I want to do some live streams. I started researching World War II. I started researching a couple other things as well. Gambling addiction is going to be a video on gambling addiction as well too. There's going to be a video on why would a man look down at his cock, his man meat, his Jimmy stick. Why would he do that so often, right? So we're going to have some bunch of videos coming up here. I think this hand's a bomb pot here. Postle check call flop with the open and straight draw. So now we're getting into it, guys. Let's cut to the chase. I want to show every hand, but let's cut to the chase here. So here, actually, no, Postle's got the pocket 7s here. He doesn't have the 8-5. This other guy, the Wolf, has the 8-5. Well, listen, here's what should happen when you play the 8-5 and 3-bet pots. For Postle, he plays the 8-5 and 3-bet pots. He wins the big pots. For my man, the Wolf, who probably saw Mike Postle play the 8-5 offsuit earlier in the session, he's going to 3-bet here, and you never want to 3-bet 8-5 offsuit against a guy that can see the fucking cards, guys, because you're asking for trouble. So he 3-bets. Aaron calls in position on the button ace check offsuit. Very debatable call, but no gamble, no future, especially 2 loose players in position. I have a feeling like the ace check offsuit is going to get you in trouble here. Flop comes down Jack, 6, deuce. So backdoor quad draw for Postle, top pair, top kicker for Aaron. The Wolf 3 bets. Of course, you got to see bet. Anytime you 3 bet 8-5 offsuit, you have to continuation bet a Jack 6 deuce flop with 2 hearts. It doesn't matter how many players. It doesn't matter what their tendencies are. It doesn't matter if someone's looking at their crotch. It doesn't matter what kind of textured shirt they have. You basically have to continuation bet here. So he continuation bets. Aaron's got the he's got those headphones in, those Bluetooth headphones. It's actually a tell, I think. So he calls the 210. Postle's going to call here. He can hit a 7 as well. He can potentially blow him off their hand. If he hits a 7, can this be real life? Postle makes a fucking set. The Wolf has the open-ended straight draw. So Wolf C-bets flop. And anytime you C-bet flop with 8-5 and you turn open-ended straight draw, you obviously have to bet again. There's absolutely no way it's not possible for you to bet again here. So they are very deep here, guys. They got about $6,000 deep here to start this hand. So Wolf's going to bet here, pot 1,600. And what do you do if you have ace-jack here? He bets 1,100. This is why the downside of playing ace-jack in a 3-bet pot is that when you're up in a spot like this, you never really know exactly where you're at in the hand, and you're putting a bunch of money in. And you're basically praying to God that your opponent has a hand like ace-king or a flush draw type hand here. Maybe you can have a potential worse jack as well, too. But yeah, it's just one of those spots where you're never quite sure and you're very deep stacked and you're going to be putting a lot of money in. Potentially very, very, very poor. This kind of spot you kind of want to avoid in poker for the most part. Obviously, you're going to end up in some spots like this where you're, and it does end up folding here, but you're going to end up some spots like this where you're, you got a value hand, you're in an uncomfortable position. It's an inflated pot pre-flop. You're very, very deep. And, better players who have experience can understand ranges better, can understand game flow better in spots like this, can have a better understanding of what's going on in the hand. But what happens is that weaker players see better players do things like that. Here comes crotch hook. Oh, this guy's got 8-5. We're about to drop the stick on him, so he looks down at the cards there. But yeah, basically what happens is weaker players see better players get into spots like that and seem to maneuver in them quite well and seem to play them well. And then they get themselves in spots like that too, knowing that, oh, I watched this guy do it on this show or whatever. And what they don't realize is that those players have been in those spots hundreds of times, thousands of times. They know how to play those spots very, very, very well because they just have a wealth of experience to go back on. Whereas the weaker players are going to be making less knowledgeable decisions in those situations. So when you're a weaker player, when you have less knowledge about the game and you have less experience in the game, you want to avoid getting yourself in situations where you're sort of playing these guessing games like that. Because that's a fast way to lose a lot of money consistently. And even though you might be on the right side of things, you're really just clicking buttons and you don't really have a specific rhyme or reason why you're doing what you're doing. So here, Postle, right? Check raises, very small, gets a call, and now he checks the river. This guy is so greedy. He induces the all-in here. He plays this guy like a fucking fiddle. He check raises the turn, very, very small. $1,100 bet on the turn. He makes it $1,400 more. And on the river, why would the guy ever bet for value here? He knows that the Wolf 3-bet pre-flop, bet flop, bet turn. He knows that the Wolf is never going to check back here. He knows that the Wolf is always going to bet here on the river somehow. How could he know? Well, he looked down at his crotch and he saw what the guy had, so he knew he couldn't call a bet with 8-5, and he takes a pot down here of $12.8 thousand. That's just how it's done. This is how you play a turn set of sevens. And this is why he calls with some hands on the flop that some people might fold, even though this hand I think is pretty standard. But yeah, I mean, this is what he does, guys. The implied odds are there. When you know what someone has, when you know that they don't have a hand for value, when you know that they're not gonna, when you know that they're not gonna bet, when you know that they have a hand where they're never gonna call, then you can check to them, right? The times that guy has a jack there, has an overpair, and he decides to check back. Unimportant to Postle. Postle knows the guy most likely has a bluff because he's a fucking god. Plays him like a fiddle. I'd love to see a compilation of this. Look at he's stacking the chips. I'd love to see a compilation of this fucking guy on the river. All decisions on the river. I mean, would I really? Not really, man. I'm ready for this guy to be out of my fucking life for a little while, man. So now he has ace-king the very next hand. He's going to limp in here. I'm ready. I'm ready for this guy to be out of my life for a little bit of time, guys. I just never want to watch this guy play poker again. So Aaron raises 10-7. And then Paul's going to come with ace king here. I think this is going to go 5-way to the flop. I mean, that hand, last hand's so sick. Like, he just fucking check raises small, so the guy has to call. I mean, he does take chances in these spots that he could get drawn out on there. But we don't really see him get drawn out on spots like that on these God mode streams. So they both limp call with ace king here. This hand's ridiculous, guys.
And of course the king flops.
It's hard to believe these are all in one session. Like, just watch this. This is the next hand. It's just like another perfect maneuver. Like, perfect maneuver after perfect maneuver after perfect maneuver. The guy's got $16,700 in his stack. He started with 3.7K. He's up 13,000. Crotch look. There it is. How can no one... Man, it's fucking baffling to me. There he just stares at his cock every hand. You think like, oh, he just disguises it as looking down. I mean, how many more times can we get aggravated and repeat the same thing? So, Postle limp called here, and now he looks like... So he checks here. What happened here? What happened here? What happened here? So Aaron bets 275 with the 10-7 suited. He's getting it fucked up. Paul check raises, right? So Paul calls pre-flop, check raises the flop, king 5 deuce. What's he saying he has? Maybe a set of 5s, set of deuces, maybe a hand like flush draw here. So he check raises. Postle just insta calls pretty quickly. Doesn't think much about it here. So flops boards king 5 deuce, 2 hearts. Check raise here. Turns the jack. So what could you think your opponent has here? Certainly a king, 3-4. Flush draws as well. King, queen, king, jack, king 10. So now Paul checks here. And now Postle is going to load it up here. He's going for 2 streets. So watch this turn. Crotch look right there. Looks down in that man meat. Looks down in that swing-a-ling ding. Looks down in the dick. And now Postle bets, what's the bet? Turn 19. You can tell Postle gets greedy here. He bets 550 on the turn. Because he knows on this river, he's going to make this fucking dude fold. So river's a 6. Look how much they have behind. They've got a lot of money behind here, guys. Postle goes all in on the river. The guy's got $7.6 thousand. Postle jams the river for $7,600 after betting $550 on the turn. Guy check raises flop. Check calls turn. Postle bets $7,600 into a pot of 3K here. The man overbets the river more than anyone I've seen when he's trying to get his opponent off a shop. You guys understand how ludicrous this is. Can we find a hand where Mike Postle overbets the river with a hand like this when his opponent has the top of their range? I bet we can't. But how many of those other hands are we going to find where Mike Postle makes a bet right here and the guy doesn't have a set? The guy doesn't have a 2-pair type hand. Right. He's saying, man, that massage woman goes around the table. She must be really good. She's either really good. I think she's probably really good. She looks like she's seen some shit. She looks like she knows what's going on. That massage lady definitely looks like she has been a part of some fucking battles or some wars or something like that. Maybe like domestic wars or fucking country war. I don't know, man. I've been in a World War II rabbit hole right now, guys. So like I'm just fucking looking at war everywhere around me right now. So Paul's thinking, do I really want to call a $7,600 bet here with ace king? God, it's so sick, this fucking guy Postle. Every time I feel some empathy for the guy, I watch this dude play, and I hear him talk shit to people in the table during this right here.
Kicker is interesting.
Ah, man, my God,
I know King Queen.
Let's hear what he says.
King Queen is in big trouble. You needed a queen to have. Betting all the chips. Because I have the best hand. Yeah, it's no good.
That's the sick thing. He talks shit to him during the hands.
Well, it's not the best hand. But you can do it every day. I've had a lot of wine, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
He says he had a lot of wine. I don't even think I've seen him drink that often here.
wine.
I guess I'm buying drinks for the table.
I don't know if I've seen him drink at all this session.
Yep, whatever the table wants, because I can't lose.
The guy just pulled his king. He's holding a bottle of wine. I don't even know if I've seen him drink any wine this session. Maybe he has. So Postle takes down another pot, guys. That's just how it's done.
Oh my God, Mike Postle's
That's
buying drinks.
7,600
Everyone
to win
get
that
down
pot
here.
there.
Get a
Next hand, he's back in. I mean, man, it's like a broken record at this point in time with all these hands, man. This is all one session, right? There are 30 plus more God mode sessions where he does this kind of thing too. It's incredible, man. It really is. This was a little farther along when he started using the overbet more often here. I think in earlier sessions, he wasn't implementing this overbet in these type of spots as often, but in the later sessions, once he got more comfortable, once he kind of got into the groove, once he realized like no one's going to catch me do this shit, I can just do this kind of really ridiculous things. Now I'm known as a god, and I have this precedent that I make the perfect play. So when I start making these insane overbets with a hand like Ace King there, no one's going to question me. No one's going to be confused. No one's going to wonder, why am I doing things like this? Because this is just what I do. I'm Mike Postle. I'm a fucking god. So the guy evolved his strategy. He didn't evolve his wrinkled shirt. His wrinkled shirt stayed the same, but he evolved his strategy over time to get better at, okay, I know how to blow people off chops. I know how to outmaneuver in these situations. I'm going to be really greedy, and I want to win all these hands, too.
She has some tricks up her sleeve. I don't know if I can trust her.
So now he's at the queen 10. Now Postle's going to call a raise here. The cutoff makes it 185, and Postle's going to call. You can see it's a 5-5-10, 185 open. And Frank has aces here, and he just calls. Does he just call pre-flop here? What does he do here? He has aces. You expect him to obviously 3-bet here. He does 3-bet to 475. A very small 3-bet. I mean, big for 5-5-10, but when the guy opens up to 185, you're basically, you're making a 2.5 or something like that there. Yeah, that's a very, 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 very small 3-bet size there. Harlan's in the hand, I'm assuming. I don't know where he went. Looks like last we saw Harlan, he had a hot date. Oh, there he is, right there. There's Harlan. Looks like he just got a nice visit out there with that girl we saw. I don't know where they went. I don't know what they did. So he calls the 3-bet. Postle's obviously going to call a 3-bet. He's in position. He's got queen 10 offsuit. He's up against two of his buddies, though, Frank and Harlan here. So we'll see what happens. Can Postle do it again? Queen 5-4, guys. I feel like I want to watch one more session of Postle where I don't know what happens and I don't know the hands, because I like being surprised. Like, how does he do it this time? I want to watch one session of Postle where I don't know what happens and I predict all of his actions beforehand, because I feel like I could get extremely accurate. So this hand, he bets 700, or Frank bets 700. Obviously, Postle's going to go nowhere. He's got the queen 10 here. He could potentially bluff his hand. He can obviously hit a queen, hit a 10. He knows the implied odds are there. So there he looked down at his card. Didn't look down at his crotch there. Now look at Postle's checking something. I don't know what he's doing. So $7 bet. He's in position. He's obviously going to call here. He does a little magic hands. Commentator says he's casting a spell on his chips. Turn's going to be a queen. That's how it's done here, guys. Listen, man. You know, play well, run well. Cards mode, God mode, whatever you want to call it here, man. Whatever you want to call it. Now Postle bets 540 on the turn here. Yeah, whatever, man. Who fucking knows? Bets 3K, bets 540. River's a 4 of diamonds. The pot's 4,000. He obviously has a deep history with Frank, where he bluffs Frank off hands in all kind of spots like that. I expect a big bet to come here for value. The man loves bluffing more than anybody else. But he does have a really weird dynamic with Frank, too. He bets 980, gets snap called. So he bets 1/4 pot. And looks like he's going to let him off the hook here. And we've definitely seen this sort of weird hands take place with him and Frank. Plenty of times. Plenty of times. So I'm not surprised to see that. I'm not surprised to see he didn't bet more. I think against another player, he goes for a much bigger bet.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Water into wine.
Laughs at in their fucking face. He's having a great old time. I mean, I hope he cherished these moments on stream when he was a guy. I hope he, like... I'm sure Postle's going to watch these tapes back all the time. Like, man, what was it like, man, when I just knew the cards were coming? I could just fucking own these guys so hard. Just laughed in their face. Just talk shit to them at the table. Pretended to be some hardcore drinker during these games. These guys I called my friends. I just fucking destroyed them.
Everyone's trying to find
Right.
the luck.
What's the? I mean,
Sucked it up in the black hole. That is Mike Postle.
yeah, interesting thoughts to live with for sure. So this hand's sick here. Postle, it's 5 ways, guys. 1, 2, 3, 6 way. So it's 6 way here. Postle has 8-6, right? So no one else has a hand though. So you guys know what's going to happen here already. So Postle bets the flop here. He bets 120. He gets 3 callers here by 1 open-end straight draw and 2 gutters to the 3. And if the 3 comes, it's going to be pretty dangerous. Luckily for Postle, the turn comes a queen. And Postle somehow knows that no one has a queen here. So he gets 3 callers on a board of queen, 6, 4, 2 clubs. He has a 6, which blocks one of the hands that people can continue with here. Postle knows no one possibly has a 6 here. Why would they ever have a 6? He bets 2-10 here. He bets 1/3 pot.
Open-ended here for Ronnie. Queen
Right?
pair.
Why would you not bet here with the 2-10? Why would you not bet this turn 3-way? 4-way rather. So gets 1 fold here. Ronnie calls with 7-5.
Mike's got the best of it.
They changed this poor guy's name to Stuck Aaron, who looks like he's gonna fucking kill somebody right now. River comes down to 7 now, right? And now Postle is not the best hand. But Postle knows that he's got to bet here to win to get this guy off this 8-6. I mean, it's an inexplicable bet here, really. It really is. Right? It's
And look at Mike's taking a side
inexplicable. Really,
Mike's not betting 8-6 to try to get value.
he bets 8-25. He bets near pot with 8-6 on the. I mean, it's just it's
targeting the 7
baffling.
and taking a sizing that he can't.
It's a baffling decision right there.
My goodness, ladies and gentlemen,
Right?
it's been good.
Bye.
You go 3 streets with the 8-6 and the queen 6-4 when it's 6-way on the flop, and then turn 4-way. That river guy calls you. I mean, it's inexplicable. It really is, guys. This is just comedy poker on another level. It really is. All back to back. All take place within a span of 20 minutes with each other. Now Pasa's laughing while he's grabbing on his ding dong there. I mean, anytime I feel bad for this fucking guy here, man, I just watch this guy do this to people and laugh in their fucking face. I mean, the guy's up what? He's got 22,000 in his stack right now. He's up what? 19,000? No, he started with 3.7K. So he started about 4K. He's up $18,000 right now, guys. So I feel like I'm just witnessing like a fucking beating. It's like you watch a guy get kicked in the fucking face and kicked in the head over and over and over again. I feel like every time by the end of these sessions, I just feel like I witnessed a fucking backyard beating in the alley, laughing. Look at him, crotch. The vibration system goes off there, right there. His heart palpitating right there. The vibration went off too bad. Just a jovial time. Hope you enjoyed it, Muddy. I hope you enjoyed it, Postle. So here we go. This is another ridiculous hand here, guys. Another ridiculous hand about to take place right here from the Mike Postle. Mike Postle, God forbid Mike Postle pays off a river bet. God forbid. Here's a bomb pot here. 450, bomb pot. They go right to the turn, or right to the flop, rather. So no pre-flop action. Everyone's in the pot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 people in this hand. Pot's 450. Postle has ace-queen. Frank has ace-king. What do you guys think is going to happen here? Ace-queen versus ace-king. What do you think at home is going to happen right here? Something tells me Postle's going to find... Look, you're not even interested. Can't even be bothered. Looks at that girl's breast. I mean, it is what it is. So he can't be bothered to place a chip in there with the top pair, of course. Why would he? He checks over to the cutoff. Why would Postle ever bet top pair here? I mean, I don't know. Why would you bet ace-queen? I have no idea. Why would you? Right? Bomb pot. Just try to get the showdown. So Postle's going to check call here, $300 bet. Harlan back at it. Harlan just took a girl somewhere, and now he's working another one, man. My God. The man's a stallion. So it's going to go 5-way to the turn here. Postle has ace-queen. A couple other guys got top pair. Ace-king's the best hand right here. So you know Postle's going to find a way to weasel out of this one. Under the guise of it's a bomb pot, everyone's got stronger hands, then yada, 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 yada. The same kind of Postle fucking bullshit that he would give to explain any of his decisions. Oh, the girl's back over his shoulder. He's leaned up real close to her. Look at the god, man. Fucking 2 ladies. Lady to his left, lady to his right. Man's in a dream world over there. So Frank bets 475 on the turn into 2K. Yeah. Debatably a terrible bet, but that is what it is. So these guys are going to call. And now Postle can still improve his hand, and they are deep here. So Dave's going to call here with the king queen. He's got the gutter here to the nuts. And then Postle has ace queen. He's going to call here too. He's thinking. He's like, I got to call. Can't fold top pair 475 into a 3K pot. He's got that girl standing right over his shoulder looking over there. So now the river here is going to come. It's going to be the king. It's going to give 2 pair. So remember, Frank bet what did he bet? 475 on the turn into $2,000. Not a very strong bet. You have top pair queen kicker. You'd think that if one of these guys had a better hand than top pair queen kicker, that they'd probably bet bigger. They check raise here. So you know you probably got Dave beat. You know that you probably got Frank beat here as well too. Right? So river comes down to king. We now block queen jack. There's a good chance that Frank, that king didn't improve his hand necessarily. The only hand probably be ace king. If he had like hand like king 10, probably wouldn't be betting here. So Postle checks quickly, and now Frank bets $500 into $3,400. He bets $500 into $3,400. So Mike Postle has got to call 500 to win a pot of 4,500 here. 4,400 here. What do you guys think Mike Postle is going to be able to do here, right? This guy, Frank, clearly a fucking crazy guy. Clearly a guy that likes playing hands. Clearly a guy that's capable of anything. Clearly a guy that won't mind bluffing here potentially in a spot like this. Will Mike Postle have the decency to pay off this guy, Frank, who he's just taken a bunch of money from over and over and over again? Will Mike Postle be able to part his way with 500 United States dollars? Will Mike Postle willingly pay off a bet on the river? But now he's laughing in his fucking face. You guys know what happens here, guys. Come on. Here's the laugh. Laughs in the face. Snickers. Just open fold. Just taunts him. Just shows him. Shows him one of the cards. Just taunts him. That's it, man. Last hand there, guys. Part 5's coming tomorrow on Saturday, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I said guys a lot today. Smash the like button, please, if you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this savagery by Mike Postle, the man right here, 21.2K chip stack. Let's see how he does tomorrow. I'm excited to get back out here and see. I got to figure out which clip of these to post online, man. My man just giving a fucking beating to people here. So that's it. Take care, guys. Peace out.